share something that most people never hear. If you've been walking regularly, doing squats when you can, trying to stay active, and still don't feel your glutes working the way you expect, this is not because you're lazy. And it's not because of your age. In many cases, it's because one important piece is missing. And without that piece, the body simply cannot use the glutes properly, no matter how hard you try. Many people over 50 are doing exactly what they were told to do. Move more, stay active, keep walking, do basic exercises. On the surface, this sounds reasonable, but there's a quiet truth behind it that almost no one explains. If the pelvis is not well aligned, the glutes cannot fully engage. The body finds other ways to move. It shifts effort into the lower back, the thighs, or the knees. Over time, this creates frustration. You feel like you're trying, but nothing really changes. I want you to know this clearly. This is not your fault. Most fitness advice was designed for younger bodies. Bodies that recover faster, bodies that have not spent decades sitting, working, adapting to habits that slowly change posture and movement. After 50, the rules are different. Effort alone is no longer the answer. Sequence matters. In this video, I want to guide you through a smarter approach, one that respects your age, your experience, and the signals your body gives you. We'll begin where all movement truly starts, with alignment. Because until the foundation is stable, no exercise can do what it's meant to do. As we age, it's not only strength that changes, coordination changes too. The connection between the brain and certain stabilizing muscles becomes quieter, especially the muscles around the hips that help keep the pelvis centered and balanced. When those muscles don't communicate well, the body compensates. It still moves, but not efficiently, and over time, this can make progress feel impossible. The encouraging part is this: the body can relearn, it can reconnect at any age. Before we go further, take a moment to notice how you usually move. When you stand up from a chair, when you walk, when you turn. These small moments tell a story about how your body is working together. Now ask yourself a simple question. What if doing more effort is not what you need right now? What if doing things in the right order is what makes the difference? Most people were taught a very basic formula. Walk more. Squat when possible. Squeeze the muscles and hope they respond. But if the muscles are not activating in the correct sequence, those efforts may not help the way you expect. In some cases, they may even reinforce poor patterns. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because the foundation isn't ready yet. That's why this approach focuses on 3 clear steps. First, gently reset the position of the pelvis so the body can move evenly again. Second, stabilize the deep hip muscles that support balance and posture. And only then strengthen the glutes in a way that feels controlled, confident, and supportive. We're not chasing intensity. We're restoring communication. And once that connection is back, simple movements can start working again, often better than you remember. In the next part, I'll show you the first and most overlooked step. A quiet movement that helps the body remember how to center itself again. This is where real change begins. Pelvis reset, the step most people skip. Before we talk about strength, we need to talk about position. Many people notice the same signs over time. One hip feels higher than the other, one leg seems to work harder, the lower back gets tired faster than expected. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs that the body is moving slightly off-center. When the pelvis slowly shifts out of alignment, the glutes lose their mechanical advantage. They are present, but they are no longer in the best position to do their job. The body adapts by borrowing effort from other areas. This often happens gradually. Years of sitting, limited side-to-side movement, habitual walking patterns. None of this happens overnight. And because it feels normal, most people don't notice it until results stop coming. The goal here is not to force anything. It's to remind the body where neutral is again. This first movement is not about effort. It's about signal. I like to think of it as a reset. A way to gently tell the nervous system this is where balance lives. You'll start on the floor in a comfortable hands and knees position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, nothing forced, From there, take one ankle and gently place it across the opposite calf. This small crossover changes how the pelvis receives information. It encourages a subtle internal rotation that many people have lost over time. Take a slow breath in through the nose. As you breathe out, gently rock your hips back toward your heels. Keep the spine long. Let the movement come from the hips, not the lower back. Pause briefly at the end of the movement. Then slowly return to the starting position as you breathe in again. This is not a stretch. It's not about how far you go. It's about smooth, controlled motion. I usually recommend about 30 slow repetitions on one side before switching. 1 or 2 rounds per side is enough. There is no rush. Pay attention to how it feels. Many people notice a sense of evenness after a few repetitions. Others notice that one side feels very different from the other. That's information, not a problem. A few things to keep in mind. Move slowly, keep your breathing relaxed, let the shoulders stay soft, and most importantly, don't force range. This movement works because it speaks directly to the nervous system. It helps restore communication between the pelvis and the deep hip muscles that guide alignment. Once the pelvis begins to feel more centered, many people notice that standing and walking already feel a little lighter. And now that the foundation is clearer, it's time to help the body hold that position. That brings us to the second step. Second, stabilize the deep hip muscles that support balance and posture. And only then, strengthen the glutes in a way that feels controlled, confident, and supportive. We're not chasing intensity, we're restoring communication. And once that connection is back, simple movements can start working again, often better than you remember. In the next part, I'll show you the first and most overlooked step, a quiet movement that helps the body remember how to center itself again. This is where real change begins. Stabilize, regaining balance and control. Once the pelvis begins to feel more centered, the next goal is learning how to keep it there. Alignment alone is not enough. The body also needs stability. Especially as we get older, this becomes one of the most important pieces of confident movement. Think about everyday situations: stepping off a curb, turning to reach for something, carrying groceries while walking. These moments quietly test balance and coordination. When the deep muscles on the side of the hips are not doing their job, the body compensates. Balance feels uncertain. Movements become cautious. The spine and knees often work harder than they should. These side hip muscles don't get much attention. They don't create dramatic movement. They don't make big visual changes, but they play a major role in keeping the pelvis level and the body steady. This is why walking alone often isn't enough, and why many common exercises don't fully reach these muscles. The next movement focuses on gentle but effective stabilization. You'll begin lying on your side, elbow under the shoulder, body in a straight line. If this feels challenging, you can bend the knees and keep them on the floor. From this position, gently lift your hips so your body forms a straight line from head to knees or feet. Take a moment here. Breathe. Now, slowly lift the top leg just a small distance, only as high as you can without rolling backward or twisting the pelvis. Pause briefly, then lower the leg with control. You don't need many repetitions. 5 to 8 slow lifts per side is plenty. What matters is quality, not quantity. This movement asks the bottom hip to stabilize while the top hip moves. That combination is powerful. It closely resembles how the body controls side-to-side motion in daily life. If you feel shaking, that's okay. It means the muscles are waking up. If it feels too difficult, reduce the range or return to the knees down version. A few important reminders. Keep your chest facing forward. Breathe naturally. Move slowly. This is not a race. As this becomes more comfortable, many people notice improved confidence when standing on one leg, turning, or walking on uneven ground. This is the bridge between alignment and strength. Once you can hold yourself steady without tension or fear, the body is ready for the final step, building strength that supports real life, not just exercise. In the next part, I'll walk you through the final movement. A simple, supported exercise that many people find transformative when done with control and patience. Second, stabilize the deep hip muscles that support balance and posture, and only then, strengthen the glutes in a way that feels controlled, confident, and supportive. We're not chasing intensity. We're restoring communication. And once that connection is back, simple movements can start working again, often better than you remember. In the next part, I'll show you the first and most overlooked step, a quiet movement that helps the body remember how to center itself again. This is where real change begins. Strengthen, building confidence, not strain. Now that the body feels more centered and more stable, it's time to build strength in a way that supports everyday movement. This final exercise brings everything together: balance, control, coordination, and strength. It's a supported single leg hinge movement. Simple in appearance, but very effective when done calmly and with attention. Many people avoid single leg exercises because they feel unsteady. That's understandable. This is why support is not only allowed here, it's encouraged. Support removes fear, and when the body feels safe, the muscles can work more naturally. Stand next to a chair, a table, or a wall. Use light fingertip contact for balance. You're not leaning. You're simply giving the nervous system reassurance. Shift your weight onto one leg. Keep a soft bend in the knee. The other leg extends gently behind you as a counterbalance. From here, hinge at the hips. Let the torso move forward as the back leg lifts slightly. Keep the spine long. Keep the pelvis level. Only go as far as you can while staying controlled and comfortable. Pause briefly. Then press through the standing leg and return to an upright position in one smooth motion. This movement trains the glutes in a very functional way. It teaches the body how to control balance while producing strength, something we use every day when bending, reaching, or regaining balance. 8 to 10 slow repetitions per side is enough. 1 or 2 sets is plenty to start. A few gentle reminders: move slowly. Keep the hips facing forward. Let the movement come from the hips, not the lower back. Use the support without guilt. Over time, this exercise can help improve posture, walking confidence, and overall control. What matters most is consistency, not intensity. You don't need to train like you're younger. You don't need to push through discomfort to prove anything. You need a system that respects where you are now, while helping you move forward with confidence. The glutes don't disappear with age. They simply respond to the signals they receive. When the signals are clear and in the right order, the body remembers. First, restore alignment. Then, build stability. Finally, strengthen with control. This approach is not about rushing, it's about reconnecting. If this was helpful, take a moment to reflect on how your body feels right now. Even small changes in awareness matter. Thank you for spending this time with me. Move gently, move patiently, and trust that your body is capable of positive change at any age. Second, stabilize the deep hip muscles that support balance and posture. And only then, strengthen the glutes in a way that feels controlled, confident, and supportive. We're not chasing intensity. We're restoring communication. And once that connection is back, simple movements can start working again, often better than you remember. In the next part, I'll show you the first and most overlooked step: a quiet movement that helps the body remember how to center itself again. This is where real change begins.